Meeting of the committee will please come to order. The committee will now consider en bloc the following measures. H.R. 2089, introduced by Representative William Jefferson, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 701 Loyola Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Louisiana Armed Services Veterans Post Office. The next item will be the anti-Iraq war measure that will, we're going to have to take that off the agenda.
Well, I think we have a plan to end the war, bring our troops home safely, and bring about a peace accord with all the elements.
Well, we'll do that by unanimous consent at another time. So first item is H.R. 2089. The next item is H.R. 2276, introduced by Representative Dale Kildee, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 203 North Main Street in Vassar, Michigan, as the Corporal Christopher E. Eskelson Post Office Building. H.R. 3233, introduced by Representative Charles Pickering, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at Highway 49 South in Piney Woods, Mississippi, as the Lawrence C. and Grace M. Jones Post Office Building. H.R. 3297, introduced by Representative Patrick Murphy, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 950 West Trenton Avenue in Morrisville, Pennsylvania, as the Nate DeTomple Post Office Building. H.R. 3307, introduced by Representative Albio Sires, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 570 Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey, as the Dennis P. Collins Post Office Building. H.R. 3308, introduced by Representative Mark Souder, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 216 East Main Street in Atwood, Indiana, as the Lance Corporal David Key Fribley Post Office. H.R. 3325, introduced by Representative Joe Courtney, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 235 Mountain Road in Suffield, Connecticut, as the Corporal Stephen R. Bixler Post Office. H.R. 3382, introduced by Representative G.K. Butterfield, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 200 North William Street in Goldsboro, North Carolina, as the Philip A. Badar Senior Post Office. H.R. 3518, introduced by Representative Jeff Miller, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 1430 South Highway 29 in Cantonment, Florida, as the Charles H. Hendricks Post Office Building. H.R. 3530, introduced by Representative Ginny Brown Waite, which designates the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 1400 Highway 41 North in Inverness, Florida, as the Chief Warrant Officer Aaron Weaver Post Office Building. H. Con Res 193, introduced by Representative Christopher Carney, which recognizes hunters across the United States for their continued commitment to safety. H. Con Res 210, introduced by Representative Danny Davis, which supports the goals and ideals of Sickle Cell Disease Awareness Month. H.R. H. Res 303, introduced by Representative Kirsten Gillibrand, which expresses the sense of the House of Representatives that a day ought to be established to bring awareness to the issue of missing persons. H. Res 584, introduced by Representative Judy Biggert, which supports the goals and ideals of National Life Insurance Awareness Month. H. Res 605, introduced by Representative Peter Roscom, which supports the goals and ideals of Gold Star Mother's Day. H. Res 641, introduced by Representative Patrick McHenry, which acknowledges the importance of understanding the history of the United States of America. H. Res 663, introduced by Representative John Klein, which supports the goals and ideals of Veterans of Foreign Wars Day. H.R. 1110, introduced by Ranking Member Representative Tom Davis, which would permit former federal employees to continue to pay health insurance premiums on a pre-tax basis after they retire from federal service. This measure passed the Federal Workforce, Postal Service, and the District of Columbia Subcommittee with unanimous bipartisan support earlier this week. And H.R. 1236, as reported by the Federal Workforce Subcommittee, this bill, introduced by Representative William Lacey Clay, extends the sale of the breast cancer research stamp for 4 years until 2011. This measure was passed by the Federal Workforce Subcommittee with unanimous bipartisan support earlier this week. These are worthy measures, and I urge my colleagues to support them. And I want to recognize Ranking Member Tom Davis for any comments he wishes to make.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to just take a moment to highlight H.R. 1110, legislation that I've introduced to allow federal, civilian, and military retirees to pay their monthly health care premiums using pre-tax dollars, the same that they do when they're on active duty and in federal employment, and allow active duty military to apply a pre-tax rebate to the supplemental insurance most personnel purchase to cover gaps in TRICARE. I've championed this change to federal law for many years. I'm hopeful that sufficient momentum has finally built up behind this proposal to see results in this Congress. Time is of the essence. According to government estimates, this legislation would result in average savings of $820 a year for federal annuitants, with increases in health care premiums far surpassing increasing cost of living adjustments. This legislation will help balance the books for federal and military retirees. I want to thank you for including this important legislation on the committee's agenda today. I hope to work with you to encourage the Ways and Means Committee, who has a sequential referral, to take up this issue, the next tax bill considered by the House. In addition, we've reviewed the other bills on this agenda. We're prepared to support the committee's passage of these measures this morning in block.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Any member wish to be recognized on any of the legislation? Mr. Davis.
Chairman, I just ask unanimous consent to submit for the record a statement by Representative Lacey Clay in support of the breast stamp extension.
Without objection, the statement will be included in the record. Further discussion? Yes, Mr. Souder.
I was kind of worried by the ranking member's 2 Diet Cokes there. I'm not going to be that long in my comments. But I did want to acknowledge and extend my appreciation for moving the post office bill in Atwood, Indiana, after one of our American heroes, Lance Corporal Fribley. Atwood is a very small town west of Warsaw, Indiana. Maybe the only time they ever get their name in the congressional record. It's a community that's very proud of this soldier who sacrificed his life for our country. It was initiated at the request of the post office, the postmaster himself, and I appreciate their leadership and look forward to passing this bill. I think that this type of tribute reminds people in the communities of the sacrifices as well as the bravery on an ongoing basis, and thank you for moving the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Souder. Any further discussion of any of the items before us? If not, we'll proceed to a vote of all the matters to be considered en bloc. All those in favor of the motion to report them from the committee with the usual instructions will say aye. 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 Opposed, no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes have it, and the motion's agreed to. That concludes the listed items for the business of the committee today, and we therefore stand adjourned.